Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 143, Edward Breaks Down. Come on, Edward, push harder, you're almost there. I know, said Edward. I'm almost there. Look, I'm starting to go up the hill. Help me, Wilbur, I can't do this by myself. I'm trying, said Wilbur. Almost there. Just then, Edward made it to the top of Henry's tunnel. Phew, he said. I am quite out of breath, and Edward was. Sweat covered his face. Edward, said Wilbur, are you there yet? Yes, said Edward, I'm here. You can let me go now. I'll be able to manage the trucks from here. Are you sure? Said Wilbur. Yes, said Edward, I'll be just fine. All right, said Wilbur. Good luck, Edward. Thank you, said Edward. And with that, Wilbur went back down the track. Whew, said Edward. That was tough. Indeed, said the driver. Edward, you did a fantastic job. These trucks, said Edward, they just get more troublesome as the years go on. Yes, said the driver. Edward, I think it's time that you go to the works and get new parts. Oh, nonsense, said Edward. I'm just about as brand spanking new as the next engine that rolls out of a factory, you know. Yes, said the driver. Of course you are. Obviously, the driver was doubtful. Well, never mind, said Edward. I think it's time that I continue on with my journey. And with that, Edward started forward. Edward, said the driver, take it slow. We don't want any of the trucks playing any more tricks. Oh, I know, said Edward. They can't push me off the rails. They already tried once, but luckily Wilbur came to my rescue. If the trucks try again, I will know about it for sure. The trucks, however, were very cross about this. We were so close, they said. We almost pushed Edward off the track, but then Wilbur came out of nowhere and saved him. Yeah, said another truck. Hey, maybe we should just push him off the track this time instead. Nah, said another truck. That's just too mainstream, if you get my meaning. What should we do? Let's give him a giant bump. Yeah, said the rest of the trucks. I heard all of that, said Edward crossly. And if you try throwing me off the rails one more time, I will. But Edward never got to finish. The trucks gave Edward a giant bump. On, they said. Here we go. No, said Edward. He dug his wheels furiously into the track, and then all of a sudden, he heard something snap. What was that? Said the driver. My brakes. I have no brakes. At the same time, Edward felt something fly off of him. Well, what was that? Again, said the driver. Those are my side rods, said Edward, as he watched both of them fall into the ravine below. I have no brakes and no side rods. Oh, this is terrible. Just terrible. On, yelled the freight cars. Look, a sharp bend. Push him, throw him off the rails. And that's just what they did. Edward's front wheels came off the track at the last second. One more giant push, and he's off the rails, they said. Yeah, let's put him out of his misery. Agreed. Keep pushing. Said Edward. I'm going to fall. Just then, Edward heard something coupled to the back of his train. What was that? Said Edward. It's me, said Wilbur. I knew these trucks were going to continue to cause trouble. Edward, I'm here to save you. Oh, thank you, said Edward. Thank you very much, Wilbur. Just then, down the track, Stepney arrived. Oh, no, Edward, he said. You're about to fall. Yes, said Edward. This is a close one for sure. Sir Topham Hatt happened to be on Stepney's train and stepped out onto the track beside Edward. Well, Edward, said Sir Topham Hatt, this is very interesting. It appears that you're going to be all right, and Wilbur's going to take these trucks away. How do you feel? I've been better, sir, said Edward. Well, that's quite unfortunate, said Sir Topham Hatt. Anyway, Edward, I believe it is time for you to go to the works. When was the last time that your parts were changed? I don't remember, sir, said Edward. That was a very long time ago. Yes, it was, said Sir Topham Hatt. Edward, you are an old engine, one of the oldest on the island of Sodor. Yet you are one of the hardest working engines on the island of Sodor as well. I appreciate your hard work and your effort, but sometimes you can just not avoid aging. Do you understand? I think so, sir, said Edward. Edward, all you need is new parts. Then you can be a really useful engine again and not let these silly trucks push you off the track. Have I made myself clear? Yes, sir, said Edward. Of course, sir. Tomorrow morning you shall go to the works and get new parts. Have I made myself clear? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, sir. And next time you say I should go to the works, I will go to the works. That's a good engine, said Sir Topham Hatt. Wilbur, take these trucks away. Yes, sir, said Wilbur. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt stepped back inside Stepney's train. What does Sir Topham Hatt say to you? Said Stepney. Nothing much, said Edward, but looks like I'm going to the works again. All right, said Stepney. Well, good luck. And with that, Stepney puffed away with Sir Topham Hatt inside. Whew, said Edward. What a day. What a day. I should really listen to Sir Topham Hatt more often. A few days later, Edward returned from the works. He was feeling much better about himself and definitely had a lot more self-confidence since he had brand new parts. On his way back, he decided to stop by the narrow gauge railway and saw Fearless Freddy. "Well, hello, Fearless Freddy," said Edward. "How are you doing?" "I'm doing well, Edward," said Fearless Freddy. "Thank you for asking." Just then, Fearless Freddy noticed something. "Edward," he said, "where are your side rods?" "Oh," laughed laughed Edward. "That's a good point. You see, a couple of days ago, I had a fairly bad accident. I almost went into a ravine." "Oh, that is quite bad," said Fearless Freddy. "Yes," said Edward, "it was. I broke a couple parts and I went to the works and had them repaired, but surprisingly, they didn't have any spare side rods there." "Well, that is very interesting," said Freddy. "When are you going to get some?" Sir Topham Hatt told me to stop back here by the narrow gauge railway here. He said that a truck would come with my side rods." "Well, that is very interesting," said Fearless Freddy, "considering that your parts are coming from the narrow gauge railway." "Yes," said Edward. "I don't know exactly what that's about, but I'm sure Sir Topham Hatt has a reason." "Indeed," said Fearless Freddy. Just then the guard blew his whistle. "Oh, bother," said Fearless Freddy. "I would love to stay and chat, but I must take these cars to a different part of the railway. Goodbye, Edward. I hope your side rods arrive soon." "Thank you," said Edward. "I hope they do too." Just then a strange truck pulled up with Edward's side rods. "Are these your side rods?" said Freddy. "I believe they are," said Edward. "Look, it's a package." The package was dropped off, and suddenly the truck sped away very quickly. "I wonder what that was about," said Freddy. "The driver didn't even get out to say hi to us. He just threw the package off and then left." The station master who had blown the whistle stepped down from the platform and opened the package. "Yep," said the station master. "Those are your side rods, Edward. Do you want me to put them on for you right now?" "That would be excellent, sir," said Edward. "Fearless Freddy, do you want to stay and watch?" But Freddy was more preoccupied with something else. "I'd love to," said Fearless Freddy, "but I have some important issues to attend to." "Oh, like what?" said the station master. It's nothing really," said Fearless Freddy. If you'll excuse me, though." "Oh, sorry," said the station master. "Off you go, Fearless Freddy." "Thank you," said Fearless Freddy, and with that, he whipped out of the station. "I wonder what that was about," said Edward. "Yes," said the station master. "I wonder what that was about." Fearless Freddy raced down the tracks. Something just didn't seem right with that truck that had dropped Edward's side rods off. "What's the matter?" asked his driver. "That truck that we saw earlier, something's just not right." "What do you mean it's not right?" said the driver. Which truck driver in the world decides to pull up to a station, literally throw the package out of the back, and keep going without barely stopping? "I know that is weird," said the driver, "but, I mean, he may be very busy." "It just doesn't add up," said Freddy. "I'm going to investigate." Freddy came around the bend, and there was the truck. It was speeding along the track. "Hey, you," said Freddy. "Stop, stop." Just then the truck stopped and realized he had come into the Sodor airfield. And just then it turned around and went the other way. "Oh, bother," said Freddy. I've lost it. "No, you haven't," said the driver. "Look, keep going. Remember, this is just a giant bend. Keep going. Look, there he is ahead of you." Freddy went around the bend very quickly and almost ran into Peter Sam. "Well, sorry, Peter Sam," said Fearless Freddy. "I'm on an important mission." Said Peter Sam. "Freddy's not usually on important missions. This must be very important." Just like his driver had said, Fearless Freddy came around the bend, and there was the truck. He was speeding along faster than ever. "What's going on?" said Fearless Freddy. "This truck is going very fast," and it was. It zipped along the road right next to the track. "Hey, you, stop!" said Fearless Freddy, but the truck wouldn't. Just then it came to a corner and cut right across the track, right in front of Fearless Freddy. "Wow," said Fearless Freddy. That was almost a collision. Wonder what's going on." The truck raced along the road as well as Fearless Freddy went up onto a viaduct. Because he was so high up, he couldn't see the truck below him, and he didn't know where it was going. "Oh, bother," said Fearless Freddy. "I desperately want to know what's going on, but I don't know." The truck nearly missed Peter Sam's breakdown train and continued along the road below. "We've almost got him," said Fearless Freddy. "We've almost got him." Just then, the truck did something Fearless Freddy would have never imagined. It hopped onto the track and started going up the hill. What is this?" said Fearless Freddy. He was quite surprised. Am I dreaming?" "No," said the driver. "I saw him do it too. Look, there he is." And Fearless Freddy's driver and Fearless Freddy were both right. The truck was working its way up the hill that only engines usually take. What's happening?" said Fearless Freddy. "This is strange." It kept going and going. "I have to stop this," said Fearless Freddy. "This isn't right. This stuff isn't adding up." Fearless Freddy raced underneath as the truck was working its way to the top of the hill. "Stop," said Fearless Freddy. "Stop!" Fearless Freddy blew his whistle and tried to make the truck stop, but nothing would happen. Fearless Freddy almost caught up to the truck. The truck had to slow because it wasn't good at hills. "Stop," said Fearless Freddy. "Stop." In fact, the truck did the exact opposite. It sped up. It zoomed ahead, and Fearless Freddy tried to keep up. "Wow," said Fearless Freddy. "That truck is very fast." Fearless Freddy raced to the top of the hill. "I hope I can catch him before he hits the downhill portion," said Fearless Freddy. Just then, he did get to the top of the hill and stopped. "Look, the truck stopped. Something's happening." Just then, the door opened, and a strange man stepped out. He was wearing a brown hat, a brown coat, and brown trousers. He looked around. He said. "I could have sworn that I heard somebody telling me to stop." He couldn't see anything, however, because Fearless Freddy was hiding behind one of the hills. I guess I was just imagining. Oh well," and with that, the man stepped back inside and started the truck. "Well, that was strange," said Fearless Freddy. "I must go stop him." Fearless Freddy rushed forward, then all of a sudden he heard a whistle. It was Skarloey's whistle. He was coming around the bend with empty sleigh cars. "Hey, Fearless Freddy," said Skarloey. Whoa! What's a truck doing up here?" "That's my question," said Fearless Freddy. "I'm trying to ask him, but he won't stop." The driver of the truck soon realized that he was trapped between two engines. "Oh, bother," he said. "This isn't going as planned at all." Fearless Freddy started to move gradually closer. "Maybe if I just move closer, the man will want to step out and talk." But the man didn't. He stayed inside the truck. "We're getting nowhere with this," Fearless Freddy said to Skarloey. "What do you propose we do?" Just then, below came Madge. "Madge," said Fearless Freddy. "Is that you?" "Yes," said Madge. "This is me. What's going on up there? And is that a truck I see?" "Yes," said Fearless Freddy. "It's a truck, all right. We don't know what it's doing up here. We're trying to talk to the driver, but he's not talking to us." Let me see about this," said Madge. "Hey, you! Up there! Show yourself!" The man, however, couldn't hear Madge because Madge was so far below. "Ha! He's ignoring me. What is this?" said Madge. "Oh, I'll show him this." And just then Madge began to back up. "Madge," said Skarloey, "what are you doing?" "I'll show him what I mean." Madge was meaning to back up and go on the other side of the viaduct, but accidentally hit one of the supports. Just then the bridge started to crumble. "Oh no, Madge, what have you done?" "Oh no," said Madge. "What have I done?" The bridge started to shake, and so did the truck. "Oh dear," said the man inside. "This is not good at all." Just then the bridge started to collapse as one of the supports fell off, and the truck tumbled in the air and landed upside down right in front of Madge. Behind him, the bridge collapsed, and the supports were gone. "Oh my goodness," said Madge. "What is this? Is there a person inside?" "Yes," said Skarloey. "Yes." "See if anyone's inside. See if he's all right," said Fearless Freddy. Madge crept closer. She peered inside. I don't think there's anybody inside," said Madge. "There has to be," said Fearless Freddy. "There is somebody inside, I can assure you." "All right, let me check." Just then, one of the doors swung open and fell off the hinge, as it hit the ground so hard that it had broken off. "Yep," said Madge, peering inside the open door. "There's nobody in here. Fearless Freddy, is this some kind of joke?" "No," said Fearless Freddy. "I can assure you, Madge, it's not. I'm just as confused as you are. One moment there was a man inside this truck wearing a brown hat and brown trousers, and now he's just vanished. I don't understand." "I don't understand this either," said Skarloey. "This is very interesting." "Well, Sir Topham Hatt will want to hear about this for sure," said Madge. I better go tell him right away." And with that, Madge rushed away. "Well," said Fearless Freddy, "now that the bridge is out, we better find another way to get to our destinations." "You're right," said Skarloey. "I'll see you in a little bit, Fearless Freddy." And with that, Skarloey backed away. And so did Fearless Freddy. As Skarloey backed slowly away from the bridge, the man with the brown hat, brown coat, and brown trousers stood up and brushed himself off. He gasped for air. "Whew," he said. That was a close one. I don't know how I was able to leap from the truck over there and land right here next to this beautiful bridge. Oh well, that was a stunt for the ages for sure. Oh, look at that truck over there, just in a smoldering heap. Oh, and I didn't mean to destroy this bridge either. I didn't mean to do a lot of things today, but when duty calls, one must respond to it. Never mind, I should probably continue on with my work." And with that, the man turned around and walked away back to his original destination.